Hi, and welcome back to my returning viewers. Considering that we will be fighting on Super Earth for a good while longer, and just in case we fight on Mega Cities in the future, I figured I would dump some tactics and general information that may be helpful in the field. Now, disclaimer, I am working on another video. I don't plan on stopping with the how-to Liberator style videos, but those videos are being pushed back to a later date. So without any more waiting, let's start with the map. Now, the Mega City map is very claustrophobic, with many alleyways and random changes in elevation which can be very dangerous. However, if you can secure alleyways, it can help you avoid one of the biggest nuisances on the squid front, that unfortunately dropped the day after my video on the squids, Leviathans. These guys will shred you if you are out in the open, and with AT emplacements and mechs being the only quick way of dealing with them, you're better off diving into cover. So sticking close to skyscrapers and in alleys is usually the best way to counter these enemies. Now, due to the massive buildings on this map, your Super Destroyer will have to reposition, taking more time for orbitals to come down, and eagles from my experience are very random. So for once, I'd actually say stay away from using them. Instead, sentries can be a more reliable alternative in cities and in those mentioned alleyways. I recommend sticking to stratagem weapons more as well, as again, they are faster reacting and more reliable on those maps due to the aforementioned repositioning. Another piece of advice is to keep an eye out for bunkers. They are harder to spot this time around, but they are more in the ground and by sidewalks usually, carry ammo and other supplies. Now that I'm done talking about the map, let's move on to our new boys in blue. Seaf are probably the greatest addition and have helped me so many times. They're surprisingly tanky against basic voteless strikes, and I've seen a squad as few as 3 hold out in a street against a good-sized horde for a bit. They can even spawn with eats, which they mainly use to take out bigger enemies like flesh mobs and harvesters. Be careful though, as they can friendly fire you, but the bigger issue is you friendly firing them. To be honest, I value their lives when I can, but when it comes down to it, I have no issues with blowing them up to kill a horde that they have no chance in hell of beating. That and sentries don't play favorites either. Use them when you can, but even though you lose slips when you kill them, don't be afraid to blow through a couple if it means killing more squids. Now, let's talk about how to approach the new objectives. Starting with the most popular one. The cannon mission is fairly simple and can be approached like most normal 40-minute missions. Like I've been saying, bring sentries and good stratagem weapons. Make sure to use your higher cooldown sentries for objectives and to cover you when searching for the password cards. And when you're using the cannon, if you have a team, have 2 people manning the cannon to make quick corrections, 1 dude on the terminal, and lastly, 1 dude holding out the hordes as best as you can. Also note that the cannon can be used on basic enemies in a pinch. During this, all the team sentries should be down so you can focus on aiming and taking out the ship. Once that's done, finish the rest of the objectives if you can and extract. The second mission is the Repel Invasion mission, and let me tell you, I haven't struggled this much since Div 10 on Meridia. This mission, you will need the light medic armor, a mech, some grenades or a grenade launcher for taking out ships, and luck. The amount of enemies that spawn is usually too much to deal with, so try to ignore them and rush down the ships, then attempt to deal with them if you absolutely have to. This is one mission where using orbitals like the Walking Barrage can save games by taking out multiple groups of ships at a time. Use your mech as much as possible too, so you keep the onslaught of ships and enemies down. Ultimately, it's a mad race to take out as many UFOs as possible. This mission is extremely hard, but if you approach it the right way, it can be done. Third and last mission is the defense mission. I'm putting it on here because it's a different layout. But anyway, like usual, place sentries around the walls. However, at least have 1 dude in the middle with a squad of Seaf and some sort of stratagem for taking out Leviathans and tripods. This is probably the easiest defense mission, as most of the time voteless and flesh mobs will glitch into the floor, making just targeting the few enemies that aren't stuck in the ground a breeze. I don't think I've ever failed this mission aside from getting unlucky with the Leviathans killing the generators. Overall, this is a fairly straightforward and easy mission like any other defense mission. I know this video is far shorter than normal, but I didn't think it was the time to drop another how-to weapon video. And besides, I've only been playing the squids, so my background footage would be lacking even if I did do that. Plus, I don't know if any other enemies got any changes in this update because I haven't played them at all. And I assume that more enemies will come, so I'm just going to wait till, the whole Super Earth debacle is over. Hopefully it's over sometime soon, not because I don't want people to participate in it, but because I genuinely want to get back to making other content. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you tune in next week. Bye-bye.